So carry on from the last video, we just finished phase 2, so now moving on to phase 3, which is the strengthening phase. So again, it focused on the body weight and weight exercises. So the first exercise I'd prescribe was the calf raises, and I've chosen this because the first target of this phase was the body weight exercises, and this is an example of one. So there's the calf raise, which is this middle picture here. So it's just a general calf raise going up and down. And if this was too hard and the balancing was too hard, again, like a regression of this would be a partner assisted one, like demonstrated on the picture of the left, where they're holding onto a person to help for support, which again, it does focus on improving and strengthening up the Achilles, but just a bit easier holding onto someone. And if this was too easy, you could do a step calf raise, which again, as you see on the picture on the right, is higher and you're on a higher box, which again makes it harder as you haven't got your heels on a stable base. And if that's too easy, you could add weights. So we do this for 8 reps of 3 sets with 1 minute in between. So you do this from like weeks 2 to 3. So the next exercise would be weighted lunges, so 2.5 kg. So again, I've chosen this one because this fits into the next stage. As you can see at the top here, the training focuses. So it's the next training focus for this category was the free weight exercises. So again, this is an example of a free weight exercise, that's why I've chosen it. So weighted lunges, as you can see the picture in the middle. So again, they're holding weights, doing normal lunges. And again, that does focus on the Achilles, on the up and downward phase of strengthening it up. And if this was too hard, you could do a lunge with a jump, or again, if that was too hard, you just do a normal lunge. So again, the picture on the left, just a normal free body weight lunge, and just regressing back to the last page. And if that was too easy, you could do weighted lunges with jumps, or weighted lunges on a balance board. So again, the picture on the right, shows weights, but also on a balance board. So it's adding a harder element because you've got a balance on the board as well as carrying the weights. So again, this is really putting pressure and strengthening up the injury and getting it to full fitness. So again, I'll do this is for 8 reps of 3 sets with 30 seconds in between this one, so it's a bit quicker in between each set. And the last one was eccentric calf raises. So this is focusing on the last focus of the group, which is the eccentric loading. So eccentric calf raises, which you should be able to do. So there's no regressions, but if you felt this was too easy, you could start to add weight. So 2.5 or 5 kg. So the normal one there's the picture on the left, and then the picture on the right is with the weights. So again, it's just adding that little bit harder element each time to slowly progress. So by the end, they should be doing the eccentric calf raises by the end of this strengthening phase. And if they are, this will help them transition well into the last phase, which is the exercise one. So if they're able to do that, they should be able to start adding elements of football back into his routine. So moving on to phase 4, there's more sport specific exercises I prescribed because this is a phase where he's got to get back into his sport. So the first exercise I prescribe is broad jump. So again, this is helping the footballer, and he's got to get forward quickly in a little jump to get the ball or beat an opponent. So just a normal broad jump. So the example like there's in front of you, just a normal, just jump forward. And if this was too hard, you could like step into the broad jump, so you've got more momentum going forward, so it's easier to get going. Or again, if that's too hard, you could have a run up into it and then jump. But if this is too easy, you could put a vest on, and then a heavier vest if it's still easier. So the example of a vest is there on the right, which is a weighted vest, so it will make it harder. For this broad jump, I'll do 4 reps, 3 sets of 1 minute in between, so it'd be quite a gradual plyometric jumping exercise. And the second one would be light bunny hops. So this would just be like jumping up and down on the spot and getting that eccentric loading into the calves and getting his Achilles strengthened back up again. And if this is too hard, a regression could be a partner assisted, so you could be just holding on to someone while jumping up and down, as they'll supply the balance for you. If this is too hard, you could add weights. So again, I've done a higher reps for this one, as it's just a gradual just jumping up and down on the spot. So I do 10 of them with 3 sets with 1 minute in between. So it's quite a plyometric, bouncy exercise to add the height and get the calves and Achilles working properly again, and all linked together, so it all flows nicely. The next exercise is single leg hops. So again, this is the same as the bunny hops above, but it's just on one leg, so it's just targeting and all the weight is going on that one leg, so it's applying more pressure onto the leg, but also building more strength and getting it back ready to be playing full football games again. So again, if it's too hard, you can do partner assisted, or if it's too easy, you can add weights. And I've done the same reps and sets of this, just with the single leg, so it's all the force is going through that calf and Achilles and up again. The next exercise, I've done ladders, so this focuses on the lateral movement and change direction focus of this phase. So yeah, the ladders, 2 in each foot. So for example, there's the picture there of just going from example here, we're just going on the picture on the right, it's going through each stage. But if this is too hard, you could do 1 foot in each and take more time and getting the coordination right. So that's the picture on the left, just 1 foot in each ladder. And if this is too easy, you could do a harder routine, or you could just increase the speed, so getting the proprioception and everything all coordinated right, and getting the speed back into the Achilles and back into the legs, ready for full fitness for games. So I've done a 1 rep, 5 sets of 30 seconds rest in between, so you just do it 5 ways through, and that's that exercise complete. The next exercise was a suicide. So again, that's this one. So you're just running the way the court, running up and down. It could be on the grass or inside, depending on where we'd be doing this. And this focuses on the replicating sport-specific drills. So you need your full fitness for your game to last the whole game, so you won't be subbed. So you need the cardiovascular fitness ready, and also the ability to run for long periods of time with the injury, which hopefully is getting better at this stage. And if this is too hard, you can do half a suicide, so it'd be be shorter distance. Sorry. And if this is too easy, you can reduce the time that you do it in, so you've got to run faster and a quicker amount of quicker speed and quicker change of direction, which will build the strength of the foot and the Achilles back up again. So you do this twice. Just one set, just twice, with 2 minutes in between, so you can get a drink in between. And the last exercise would be a box jump. So again, this focuses on the plyometric bit of this focus. Box jump series, which is an example here. So you're just jumping up and down through the boxes. And if this is too hard, the regression could be just going on smaller boxes, so you have less force to go up onto the next boxes. Or if it's too easy, you could go to higher boxes. So the example here is a lot higher than this one, so that would be a progression of this exercise.